How often do your kids compare with each other and compete, and one gets upset because they don't have what they think the other child has? So for example, maybe one of your kids says, "It's not fair. He gets to go on a field trip, but I don't." And we all know that if you are raising a child who feels things strongly, things not being fair is a very big trigger for their big reactions. And what we usually do when we hear our kids competing and comparing is we say, well, the reason he got to go on a field trip is because his class had a field trip and your class didn't have a field trip. We use logic to try to make them feel better. But the reality is that logic doesn't help someone when they are truly upset, and your child is upset that their brother got to go on the field trip and they didn't. When we are using logic, what we're actually doing is trying to help them see things differently so that we feel better. We don't want them to be upset. We want them to feel better, so we try to change how they view things. But that doesn't work because it's not what they need. What they need in that moment is support with that feeling. Again, they're disappointed because he got to go on a field trip and they didn't, and they need help managing that disappointment. So instead of logicking away their feeling and saying, well, he got to go because, what you want to say instead is, yeah, it's really hard when someone gets something that you want, isn't it? Do you want to talk about what you can do while your brother's on a field trip, or do you just need a hug? Ultimately, all you need to do is support them through their feeling, and their feeling will pass. But when we try to make it go away with logic, they tend to stay stuck longer. If you want to hear a little bit more about siblings who compete and compare, I encourage you to listen to my latest podcast episode where I go deeper into this topic. You can find that on my website at rachel-bailey.com/264. Thanks for listening. I'll see you again soon.